Hello everybody, this is Reviews and More, back with a quick winter clothing review. These are a pair of heated socks from a brand called LATITOP, and I'll give you a spelling on that real fast. It is spelled L-A-T-I-T-O-P, so L-A-T-I-T-O-P, so LATITOP. So they sell a variety of gear that's geared towards winter wear, ski wear, cold weather wear that is battery powered and heated, some of which is app controlled. I won't be demonstrating that in this video, but overall that is kind of their whole thing. As always, please hit the like and subscribe button if you want to help out the channel, as it does do just that. While I'm unboxing this set of heated socks, you see the battery packs that comes with it right there. I can't get into it because I need some scissors, but once we get into the battery pack, it's a quick, easy hookup for these socks that are marked at about 50 bucks online right now, and I will link that in the description, so you can just go take a look at that real fast if you are interested in these socks as you see the review. Alright, and as we get to that, just a real quick roundup of the basic specs. It comes with 2 batteries, obviously one for each sock. The battery power can last up to 17 hours on the lowest setting, about 3.5 hours on the highest setting, which is what we're testing at here today. The sock itself heats from the toes outward, so the bottom of the feet will get warm, and so will the top, but the toes are by far the predominant place where the heat force kind of comes from. So as you're using it, your little tootsies will not get cold, but you'll definitely feel the heat more in the toes than in other parts of the footwear. So just keep that in mind. It's not going to be super warm on your leg or anything. So if you're worried about being overly hot, you won't get hot in your legs. It's mainly for the feet. It doesn't really go down the leg or the calf. The sock size here is extra large. It'll accommodate up to a size 13 foot in American, and I wear a 10.5 to an 11 depending on the brand. If I'm wearing Nikes, I'm up to 13s because they run small. If that gives you any kind of context to the size these carry, and so that's for a male foot, obviously. So up to a size 13 is what they can kind of run to, and I think they go down as small as a size like 5 or something if you want to order the smaller ones. And all you got to do is shove the little battery in the little right next to where the power button is, and press and hold the power button, and that'll put it on its hottest setting at first, and you can press the button over and over to cycle through. It's color coded, red being the hottest, blue being the lowest temperature setting. Now, as we're going through, I probably should mention this. Towards the end of the video, you're going to be seeing more of the testing of temperature. You're going to see using a little at-home thermometer to get this thing set up. And right there you saw the cycling of the colors. That's basically say, hey, there's a battery attached to this now. That doesn't actually start the socks up. So it's just more of a internal system acknowledgement that the battery's plugged in and the socks do have access to power. These are standard lithium batteries, which means they will eventually run out of power if they just are allowed to sit. But they do come with a charger that has a 2-prong charging port, so you don't need to have 2 separate outlets plugged up in order to get this done, so you can do them both at once. Charging time does not take all that long, a few hours. Pretty much will take care of you completely. And again, you get about a 17 hour on the lowest setting and about 3.5 hour on the highest setting with brand new batteries. Now, real fast, we're not doing a super crazy scientific test here. We're just making sure that we can compare apples to apples. We're going to pull out a little at-home thermometer that checks if your kid's sick and see what the ambient temperature is once I get the settings proper. It should be about 72 degrees in the house. That should be about the temperature of what these socks are sitting at because they've been sitting in the house for several days. So first, I think it shows low because I have it on the wrong setting and it's not picking it up, so I got to change the setting around. And it should pop up to 72 to kind of give us a baseline to know what we should expect as far as increase in temperature as time goes on. So right there, I think you'll see it pop up to around 74, so almost 75 degrees in my house, which in my opinion is a bit too hot, but nevertheless, it kind of gives us a base point to start from. And you see me right here manipulating the power button. The power button, all you got to do to start the sock off is press and hold the button down, and it will turn red like that. And from there, it will begin heating up. It takes about 30 seconds to a minute to actually start feeling the heat change, and then I would say within 2 minutes, it's at its maximum heat for the setting. You can already see, I'm kind of scanning the foot and the heel. You're going to see you're going to feel the heat, and you're going to see the heat here with the thermometer first impacting the toes of the sock, as that's the first location where the heat kind of starts off at. That's where the little wiring mesh is there, that blue kind of design. That's also where the wires are lined up. I will say this, as you try them on, you don't feel the wires, which is very nice. That was my number one concern. I was like, oh, these won't be comfortable because you're gonna have little metal wires in there. You really can't feel them. Now, I'm 230 pounds, so maybe my feet are just big and stupid, but I could not feel the wires inside of there unless I really kind of manipulated around trying to find them with my toes. But if you're just throwing a pair of socks on, you don't really notice them that much. And right here, you see our first test where it comes up at a higher temperature. Sorry for the lack of focus. It's 95 degrees. And again, that's only been about 30 or so seconds. I believe we max out and get to a max temperature about 105 once we get there. Now, keep in mind that temperature is spreading out over the whole foot, so it's very, very warm. So that's the hottest setting. You can obviously go down further and make it a much less intense heat, for lack of a better term. And here you see me testing it again. Again, it's going way too high because I got the wrong setting because I mushed it with my thumb by accident. And we'll pop it back up. And I think this is the one that ends up like 104, 105, somewhere in there. Just extra toasty. And there's me trying to feel out, trying to find the heat source with my hand. There's 100. I think I maxed out like 105 at one point or another, but I could be wrong. But to say the least, it does definitely get toasty on the socks. There's me wearing the socks, just so you know they do actually function as socks. Obviously, they're not insulated because they're socks. The idea is you wear shoes with them, and the shoes act as the insulation. So whatever you feel, if you were to try these on yourself, first thing you're going to notice is, hey, these are pretty warm. If you put them in shoes, they will feel much warmer, much faster because the shoes act as insulation for the socks. There you get the 105 right there. There's the reading. And with that, that's my review, guys. They work great. They do a good job. I can't wait to try them. Here in North Carolina, where I'm located, we've had a bit of a little heat wave in the middle of January, so I'm not going to get a chance to test these just yet outside, but overall they seem to work just as they're designed to, and I think this is a good listing, and overall happy with the purse. $50, and they're washable. All the fun stuff that you can do with normal socks you can do with these. Just make sure you don't put the batteries in there when you wash them. Other than that, pretty easy peasy to handle, and thanks for watching and have a great day.